Hello, fellow fragrance lovers. I'm back with another video about one of my favorite fragrance houses, really of all time, because this is a house that I've been familiar with since I was a very little girl and always loved, always thought was so classy and chic and grown up. And that would be, of course, Chanel. What else, right? So I'm sure at some point you have smelled several Chanel fragrances yourself, but I'm here today just to let you know which ones are my personal favorite. I will say, as far as the mainstream Chanel fragrances, not the Les Exclusive line, but just the regular old ones that you would get at the department store, I really don't dislike any of them except for Gabrielle, because, of course, tuberose. It is a very tuberose heavy fragrance. And when that came out, I had been so excited for a new launch, and then it was like, wah, 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 tuberose. There is a new flanker for that. I forget what it's called. That is a little more tolerable to me, but I still really don't like it. But other than that, I do like most fragrances from Chanel. So this is a line as well that when we talk about the concept of the DNA of each house, Chanel is, if you're not familiar with that, that terminology. So a lot of houses have a very similar, what they call DNA amongst their fragrances, where, you could blindly smell a perfume. Let's say they came out with a brand new perfume and you smelled it and you didn't know what it is. And you could say, oh, that's a Chanel perfume, or that's a Lancôme perfume. I feel like a lot of the niche houses aren't as much like that. So for example, like Imaginary Authors, which is one of my favorite niche houses, their fragrances all smell very, very different. But with a house like Chanel, I don't know, I can smell a Chanel fragrance and know it's a Chanel fragrance. So a lot of the notes are common, and you're going to see that with my favorites today. So I have 4 favorites with me today. So I was going to go through them, give you the notes, and just let you know why I like them. Very informal, but I figured I'd let you know what I like. So the first one, I've mentioned this one before, which is the Chanel No. 5 Low, which is the lighter, kind of more modern, youthful version of Chanel No. 5. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the original No. 5. It is very mature. It's a very mature smelling fragrance, and I don't mind that either. But I really have to be in the mood to wear it, and whenever I can get a sample of it, I do. And I'll wear it from time to time. But I feel like the low version is much more wearable. I love it for spring. It's just a really pretty light fragrance. It's the lightest one really that I have. It's one of the lightest fragrances I have in my collection, but it's by no means, it's not like body mist type of light, or it's detectable and it smells really good and people will notice it, but it's not as strong as some of the other ones. So for that one, the top notes are the aldehydes, which are very popular in Chanel fragrances: lemon, neroli, mandarin orange, bergamot, and lime. In the middle, you have ylang ylang, jasmine, and May rose, and the base is white musk, orris root, cedar, and vanilla. So it's just a really pretty fragrance. And I also actually have the soap and the body lotion for that. So layering obviously helps the fragrance last longer, especially when it's a lighter one like this. And I have to say, this goes for all Chanel soaps, like the hard soaps. I don't really hear many people talk about this, but if you get one of the Chanel hard soaps, really no matter which one it is, your entire it's like it doubles as an air freshener for your bathroom, because you can smell it pretty strongly, and it lasts really. They're I think they're around $25 or 20. I think they're up to maybe 26, something like that, which sounds ridiculous for soap, but I will say they are very hard milled and they're very, very scented. And they last a really, really long time. So if you get a chance to try the soaps, they're fantastic. All right, the next one I have is my number 1 favorite Chanel fragrance. I should have done these in order, I guess, but whatever. Which is Coco, original Coco. And I just love this one. I have the soap of this one too, and it is a beast. It is a beast. But the original Coco, again, it might be a little off-putting when you first spritz it because it really does hit you, but the dry down is really, really beautiful. It gets a little more sweet, a little more vanillic, and very, very, to me, it's one of those really addictive fragrances that, at least for me, I keep smelling my arm. I know fragrance is a very personal thing, but for me, the original Coco is number one. Okay, so the top notes in this are Bulgarian rose, coriander, peach, jasmine, and mandarin orange. Mid notes are cloves, rose, orange blossom, mimosa, and clover. And then the base is amber, sandalwood, tonka bean, civet, aquaponics, vanilla, and labdanum. So that is the original Coco. I think I did have the eau de toilette, which is a little bit lighter, but I actually, I prefer the eau de parfum. And it lasts. This is another one. You don't want to really overspray this. One or two spritzes is plenty. All right, the next one is actually a flanker of Coco, and that is the Coco Noir. And I was so excited when this came out. Because I was expecting it to be a deeper version of Coco. I will say it's not exactly that. It is deep, but I wouldn't say it's deeper or more intense than the original Coco, because the original Coco is pretty deep and intense on its own. But Coco Noir has top notes of grapefruit, bergamot, and orange. Lots of orange going on here. Mid notes are rose, geranium, jasmine, narcissus, and peach. And then the base notes are patchouli, sandalwood, olibanum, tonka bean, vanilla, white musk, cloves, and benzoin. So this one is probably one of my most quickly worn out perfumes, as in I have a few drops, literally a few drops of this. I went through this and I've been meaning to replace it, but probably more in fall and winter. Again, so as far as appropriate times of year, I guess I should have addressed that. Not that it matters. I think you should be able to wear whatever you want, whenever you want. But, number 5 low, I would say spring and summer. It's really nice. Original Coco, more fall and winter. Coco Noir, I would definitely say more fall and winter. But, you do you. Wear it whenever you want. So that is Coco Noir. And lastly, a little more obscure, but still available. And I never hear anyone ever talk about this one, and that is Allure Sensuelle. So, Allure has been around for a while, and I never really got into the original Allure, but this one, now this bottle is from, I think, 2006, and I probably should get a new one, although I don't think it's actually turned yet. But Allure Sensuelle, to me, is a lot different than the other Chanel fragrances. I mean, you still get a little hint of that DNA, but I'd say it's almost a little more masculine. And when I read reviews for it, a lot of people said the same thing. It's almost like a unisex scent to me, to my nose. So Allure Sensuelle top notes are patchouli. That's what kind of hits you right away. It's a very patchouli-based fragrance. Pink pepper, peach, mandarin orange, and bergamot. The mid notes are Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, iris, jasmine, and dried fruits. And then the base is patchouli, vanilla, spices, sandalwood, vetiver, labdanum, lavender, and amber. So you notice there are some more notes that are more common in men's fragrances, particularly lavender. So, and the sandalwood. So that might be why it reminds me of more of a men's fragrance. But Allure Sensuelle, to me, is a Chanel hidden gem. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Now, as far as a Chanel fragrance that is on my wish list, but it is on the pricey side, and it is one of the late exclusives. It is the new Le Lion de Chanel, Le Lion, I don't know. Again, I don't speak French. But I did have the opportunity to smell that at a Chanel boutique. But it was really frustrating because of COVID, you have to have your mask on and you weren't allowed to touch the fragrances, and the person who worked there sprayed it, but they would only spray it on a card. So I asked, well, can you spray it on my skin? Because smelling something on a card is very different than your own skin. And they said they were not allowed to spray it on your skin. And of course, I said, well, what if you spray it and I just accidentally put my arm in the way? She said, no, I can't do that. So she said, what I can do is spray a lot on a card and then you can try to rub it, on your wrist. So I did that, and that one's great. I won't mention the notes or anything. I'll probably if I ever get it, I'll just make a separate video on that one. But it's really strong. It's really strong. That's why I'm not so worried that I can't get it right away, because I would definitely not wear it in the summer. So if you ever get the chance to smell Le Lion de Chanel and you like really strong, masculine fragrances, definitely smell that one. So, all right, well, there you have it. Those are my favorite Chanel fragrances. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite Chanel fragrances are, or if you have any good stories or memories associated with Chanel, because this is such a classic house that I feel like everyone's like mom or grandmom at some point wore one of these, or, maybe it was like your first fragrance that you ever got was a Chanel fragrance, or the first fancy fragrance that you ever got. I know for me, Chanel was definitely the first sort of upscale fragrance that I had gotten. So thank you again for watching my video, and please, please, please subscribe. I promise you won't regret it. I'll keep bringing you really good fragrance related content. And of course, let me know if you have any ideas or suggestions for videos that you would like to see in the future. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.